The Grand Exchange, Runescape's essential trading system, is set for enhancements. Let's delve into Mod Sukutto's proposed changes and what they could mean for players. Whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. I like to make one thing clear. The Grand Exchange is one of the most important systems in the game. It is in everyone's best interest to know what is going on, and I strongly urge you to give the original post created by Mod Sukutto some attention after watching this video. Linked below. For now, this project surprisingly remains to be a side project, kind of like a game jam, but I'm sure once it makes it out of the infancy phase, it'll get far more attention. Mod Sukutto presents 3 different ideas or changes to the Grand Exchange. You should expect these changes to be similar in impact as the changes added over 4 years ago in the Grand Exchange Ninja Strike, which introduced plus and minus 20% buttons and the favorites tab. The first proposed idea involves adding a couple of shortcuts to the interface, which is presented upon right-clicking the menu of an active offer. An example mentioned by Sukutto is being able to quickly up or down the price of an item without needing to click and open the order. As you can see in the footage on screen, this does take up some clicks and it does take some time, so having this option would be amazing quality of life. No feedback here, I think we need this option. It's just great all-around quality of life. Idea number 2 is a customizable price increase-decrease percentage button. This button would replace the existing minus plus 20% buttons or be added next to it, depending what Sukutto can get away with in terms of interface space. Alternative form of implementation being approach A would be a new settings dialog on the Grand Exchange or simply a new setting in the game setting. My preference is definitely approach B with a customizable X percentage button in the Grand Exchange itself without needing to go to a different interface or into your game settings. This is exactly how old school RuneScape does it with the RuneLite plugin or RuneLite client. We have a customizable X percentage button where you are able to pick a number between 1 and 99%. I like this feature, but I'm not sure how much I would use it personally if the third idea comes through and comes into the live game, because I think a lot of people use the plus minus 20% buttons to quickly sell the loot. You know, instant selling. And well, Sukutto has another idea. An instant sell button. You don't care what the price is, you just want to get rid of your loot, items, and junk. Instead of setting a manual price, you would instead click this button and have your item matched against the highest available active buy offer, excluding any buy offers that have hit the buy limit for their time. For the third idea, Mod Sukutto presents 2 different approaches. An instant sell without any feedback on the price you might get until it's sold. This is effectively the same as chucking your item in the Grand Exchange for 1 GB each, except it's much better. The other approach involves showing a dialogue that informs you of the price the game expects to sell the item for instantly at that moment in time. I'm unsure how they're going to calculate or add an algorithm for this on the server side, but Sukutto mentions there being a 10% leeway to find a similar offer, so it would look for that price plus minus 10%. If it fails, the offer will be cancelled. I honestly feel that both approaches have their place in the game. I much prefer approach B because having a confirmation menu is nice. I'd also like to see the amount of money or GP you're losing to the Grand Exchange tax on this menu, but approach A could be really nice if you're trying to sell off your Slayer log or something, you're just cleaning out your bank. Having it being a toggleable option seems like a good idea. In fact, I would like both approaches to be implemented and have the option to swap between them. If I'm cleaning out my bank, I would activate approach A and quickly sell everything and then swap back to approach B as to, see what I'm selling, like big ticket items. Mod Sukutto is aware of other areas players would love to see changes around. Unfortunately, Mod Sukutto is a single developer working on this as a personal project for 1 day a month. Scoping in a project like this is incredibly important, and even more important because you'll be touching the interface system for the first time ever. These non-goals include full transparency on all open offers, and that would be so nice. That would just... this is what we need. OSRS has a actively traded interface. I believe it's part of the RuneLite Grand Exchange plugin. That's really nice, but imagine like a menu you open with all the offers. A man can dream. Another non-goal, which is slightly less informative, but still very informative, is a way of seeing only the history of completed offers on an item, like a clickable menu. Again, because this is a one-man job at the moment, it's too much work. I really hope that this is, something that more developers start working on in the future. The third non-goal is an instant buy button. Instant sell? Where's instant buy? Yep, pretty logical, but it's apparently a lot more complicated. The instant buy button is a lot more complicated because the Grand Exchange includes safeguards to ensure that you do not lose an item or GP in case of an error, and it's to stop duplication glitches. There are some existing ideas and suggestions as to how it can become feasible, although this, and I agree here, should be revisited at a later date if the instant sell button is successfully added to the game, which is still a question because this is a proposal guide. There's absolutely no guarantee that this is coming to the live game anytime soon, but I'm sure if you give it enough attention, it'll turn from unlikely to likely. Also, I really like this idea in the comments about adding common acronyms for items in the Grand Exchange so that you can easily look them up. For example, as the commenter mentioned, SGB for Sarah Goldbow, ZGS for Zara Scotsword, and so on. I'm sure they could pull a lot of these from the Runescape wiki. Anyways, that's all for this short video. Be sure to give the post some love down below. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.